Welcome back to In the Dugout. I'm Trevor Rogers, joined by Bobby Rose. Well, I told you that we would have a special guest on today, and we've got him warming up in the bullpen with us right now. To welcome onto the show, we bring in head coach Lonny Cobble of the Edmond Santa Fe Wolves. Hey, Coach Cobble, how you doing today?
Great. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Oh, we're more than happy to have you on. Coach, we're going to go ahead and jump right into this, and, I want to ask you, what makes your program so successful on a year-to-year basis?
Well, I think the number of kids that we have out from year to year, we've got usually in the fall somewhere between 80 and 100 kids out, and it makes it, for a very competitive program, and I think our Little League programs here in Edmond for all three high schools help out, tremendously also.
Okay, Coach, obviously Ty Hensley is going to be a major part of your team this season, but what has made Tyler Hensley so successful throughout his high school career, and what makes him such an impact player?
I think his work ethic. The guy shows up every day and works hard. Of course, he comes from, a good bloodline. His dad, was drafted in the first round, and that always has something to do with it. He's got that drive also, and it just makes it it makes for a good combination for Ty.
Coach, we know that last season you were a senior-laden team, and many of your players went on to play ball at the next level. Aside from Tyler Hensley, who are the players that we should be looking at to be the difference makers this season and filling the roles of last year's state tournament team?
Well, I think, we graduated 18 seniors from last year, and I really think, it's a little bit different of a situation. And I was talking to a former player, and he could remember their senior season that they had 18 seniors when we were one high school. And I think Edmond's kind of getting back to that now, where you kind of have laden teams year after year. And a couple of guys that we have, we're going to have Drew Umbro, who's going to be a catcher and an outfielder for us. Kid can really play. He's got a good arm and works hard. Jordan Watson, left-handed pitcher. Chance Ferris, another catcher outfielder guy. And then a couple of guys that probably nobody's heard of, Blake Roberson. Kid that's going to run it up there, 86 to 88 off the mound, a good middle infielder. Matt McDowell is also a junior college signee. First base, big hitter, pitcher. So we're definitely going to have some guys that's going to step in and fill those roles.
Okay. Hey, Coach, every year your team has somewhat of a target on your back from being one of, if not the best team on this side of the state in the last decade. What do you do and what do your kids do to keep your focus?
I think our coaches do a really good job on making sure that, each year it's not taken for granted. It's not a given that we're going to go back to the state tournament. In fact, we had a year that we thought we had a really good team and missed the state tournament. But I think it's just a credit to our coaches and making sure those kids are staying focused and working hard. And, each year it's a new year and everybody's got something to prove. I think one thing that motivates us a little bit is we haven't won a state championship. And, each class that comes through wants to be that first class to try to get that done for our school.
Coach, at many schools, football and basketball, they're the breadwinners and the most popular sports. How does it feel to know that baseball is top dog at Edmond Santa Fe?
I wouldn't say it was top dog. Our football team had a really good year this year, but I think over the life of the school, baseball's probably been the most consistent. And that feels pretty good. I mean, we do have a winning reputation, and one thing I'll have to give Lance Manning, our football coach, credit. When he came in here, he talked to our baseball guys, and he said, hey, we know you guys are winners, and we want you guys on the football field, and that felt really good, as a baseball coach, knowing that the football coaches were wanting our kids because they know how to win.
Coach, talk about real quick. You've got your preseason scrimmages coming up, and you're hosting a great ordeal on the weekend of the 24th. What do we have to look for there? Before we're going into the season this year.
I think that's going to be a great weekend. You got a lot of good schools that are coming in for that. We hosted at 5 different sites. all three Edmond schools, Putnam City North and Deer Creek. And what we do is we have the 6A teams on one side against everybody else on the other. And what we try to do is match up some of those smaller schools against the big schools. A lot of times during the season, the small schools don't want to play the bigger schools because of the way the rankings and stuff had worked in the past. And this gives everybody an opportunity to really see those really good schools, like the Blanchards and, the Tuttles and the Piedmonts, the Anadarkos, people that have really good programs year in and year out. And we get to match up with those guys in what we call the Edmond Scrimmage Festival.
Well, Coach, one real quick before we let you go here, off the cuff, we had this earlier. What do you think is the best logo in Major League Baseball right now?
What was that again?
What do you think is the best Major League logo in Major League Baseball right now?
I'd have to be partial to the Atlanta Braves. Let's go. I'm a big Braves fan.
One of our producers, DJ, you just made him happy there. Well, Coach Cobble, it's been a pleasure. We look forward to following you guys this season. We know that you're going to do great things. Can't wait to see how you guys develop, and we will definitely stick with you guys, and we'll have you on later again. Coach, thank you very much.
Thank you guys for having me on.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to have our final notes, including our top 10 teams in 6A, Class 6A. We'll be right back.